Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. All right, so we're going to definitely do a reading. I just want to kind of share like a little bit of kind of messages I got right before the reading, before I started recording this. I got like breakthrough is going to be really big for people within like the next like few days to maybe week or two, depending on when you see this. Like something's going to like, I don't want to say fall apart because that's the wrong word, but something's going to maybe internally feel like it's going to fall apart, or something's going to happen and it's going to trigger this big breakthrough for you. It's going to like this catalyst for change is what Spirit's saying, like catalyst for change. It's like, but something's going to internally shift for you, and it's going to make you kind of like break down and move forward. Like it's going to help you with a breakthrough. So even if it feels really heavier, all this shit, it's almost like you're going to be sick of being stuck. You're going to be sick of this, like this cycle, sick of the shit and whatever. And it's like, you're going to have some type of awareness, some type of clarity, some type of epiphany, something that's going to like make you kind of end this cycle abruptly and like leave shit behind and just like move forward, just like catapult forward. Like you're going to go forward. I feel like breakthrough is like the really big thing right now. I do get this sense and this energy that like there are still things that aren't fully aligned right now and things that are kind of being lined up for you right now. So a lot of you, this is around safety and trust. Like they're saying like acceptance, like accepting how things are, but also like this safety and trust, kind of seeing where your blockages are, where your fears are, and helping you to like fully stand in your power and trust in yourself more than anything, having that full stability within yourself and fully trusting in yourself to actually move forward. So it feels like it's going to be this good thing. It's like this tower. It's just like something's going to happen that is just going to trigger you to fucking change like real quick, like, and then move forward or whatever, or something like that. It feels like something's going to come in really quick. I don't want to say impulsively because it's almost like something that you've been thinking about a long time or you've been wanting for a long time, whether you're the one who's doing the action or you're the one on the receiving end. But it feels more like the masculine's going to be the one on the doing and the feminine's going to be the one on the receiving end. But it feels just like this big, like abrupt change, like I said. And it feels like it's going to seem like it's impulsive, but it's really not, because the person who's doing the action is... This has been kind of planned and kind of thought out, and it's almost like they're just sick of their own shit, of being scared. They're sick of their own fears. They're sick of them just standing in their own fucking way, is what it feels like. So whatever it is, it's going to be just a big breakthrough. It feels like two different groups. Like one's going to be on the receiving end of that, and the other person's going to be on the doing end. So the person on the receiving end, it almost feels like this... When they receive it, it almost feels like this sense of relief, and like they can let go of like all this heaviness, and it's going to create this like safety and trust that everything they've been knowing and feeling is true and valid, like that they're not wrong, and it's going to bring them some type of, they're saying the word magical, but some type of like energy and emotion that like good things really do exist, good things really do happen. That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah. And it feels like now, like present energy, like now. So whenever you're watching this, I would say the next, like, I don't know, I keep getting like 1 to 2 days to like, I got like weeks, but like when I say it, I don't really feel like 1 to 2 days or 1 to 2 weeks for like everybody. It feels like within a few days. So, all right, let me just pull some cards and see like what other messages we get. Spirit's saying some of you, it's not necessarily going to be an outward shift. Like it's not going to be an outward thing you're going to see. It's going to be more of an internal thing that's going to happen, or it's going to be like a conversation, or it's going to be something like that. So don't like put pressure on it or expect that it's going to be like, don't put expectation on it. Like it's going to be this big thing, like just falling into place that you want, because it feels like whatever this big breakthrough is, that's going to shove it forward. It's like after that, it's like the domino effect of understanding things, seeing things, and all that before whatever happens next. So it might not be this big thing that you're thinking it's going to be that you've been asking for. They're not giving me beyond that, like what happens beyond the dominoes kind of falling and things kind of falling into place. Like they kind of shut me down after that. But I think that's part of that surrendering and accepting things, that it's always moving forward the way you want it to. And I think for some of you, that's more of just like a trust in like yourself, that whenever, you know, the thing happens for you, that it's like this trust within yourself that you don't need the answer beyond what I just said. Like you don't need any other information beyond that. Like you're just going to trust, like you don't need more clarity. Like you can just like let it be what it is. It's almost like it's going to help you trust that. So you don't even need to see or know what's beyond that. Okay. They're having me pull a lot of cards. Damn, that one fucking flew. There was a card that definitely flew upside down, but I don't know where it went. It might have went back the other way. Okay. On the bottom, we got spiritual union with financial and material changes. Damn, and rejoice and celebration. That's some shit right there. That's like, to me, like commitment energy. That's like, it feels like love energy, like a new beginning. I'm hearing the word patience with this, like patience. Just like this loving way of being, this loving energy, this like financial material changes. Kind of what I got like immediately is like an engagement or like a union with somebody, and it's going to be this like commitment. It's going to be this excitement, this celebration. For some of you, it almost feels like, as I said that, it's like kind of this like anxious fear of actually moving forward with this. Like some of you guys feel like it's what you want, but you're scared of it for some reason. It's almost like you don't feel safe or trusting in actually believing that you deserve it or receiving it or something like that. But yeah, I just keep getting this like patience with this card. Loving way is what they're saying, like a loving way of being. The financial material changes, I get more so like this stability energy, this like finality, this stability energy, kind of things coming to a completion with this situation, whatever this is. And then it's like something that is almost like this sense of freedom. You're going to be free from all this shit that's been holding you back. And it's going to be this like almost like excitement, but it's not like you're going to go out and celebrate. It's not like you feel like you're going to go out and celebrate. It's almost just like this kind of sigh of relief. And then it's like this almost like excitement and planning for the future, but also kind of not, I don't want to say hesitation and apprehension. It's almost like when a kid's going to school and they're like excited to go to school, and it's like, it's something new, but then they're like, but like, what am I going to do about friends? But what am I going to do about this? And it's all these kind of like what ifs and how are things going to happen? And that's kind of what it feels like. It's like this, it's almost like what you want, but then it's like, how is this going to unfold? And it's almost just kind of like this excitement and a sigh of relief, but also a little bit of like anxiety and fear of like what's going to happen like after you actually receive it. So we got 3 and 3. They want me to do these ones first. So we got moving on, positive movement forward, and mental conflict. Very interesting. They're actually very conflicting cards. Moving on and positive movement forward with mental conflict. It's kind of, I mean, these kind of feel pretty like accurate to the words. They don't always. This moving on card, it just feels like leaving the past behind, this heaviness, like feeling like all this sadness. They're saying the word somber, like just emptiness, like all this heaviness, like kind of leaving it behind and seeing like this bright future, seeing things moving forward, seeing this change. But it's almost like when things don't happen the way you think they should or the way you want them to, or you're getting triggered, or things are just don't seem like they're moving forward, it's almost like you go backwards to this like disappointment energy, or almost like this running away energy, or things aren't going to happen for me. And it feels like you guys are still in these sabotaging cycles where if something's not right in front of my face right now, then like I'm going to keep questioning it. I'm not going to fully trust it. I'm not going to fully believe it. And it's almost like it feels like things go back and forth, but it's almost like it's because you're not letting things flow. Like they're saying things aren't linear. So just because like it seems like things are moving forward, sometimes it does feel like things are going backwards, but it's actually not going backwards. It's almost like your energy goes to the past to heal the past, not because you're not moving forward, not because you haven't healed this. It's almost not, I shouldn't say not healed it. It's almost like you transmuted it and you changed it internally. And then it's like you'll go back to the past energy and have almost like this reflection, these triggering, these different things to heal it and to see it from a different perspective. And as you're doing that, it's almost like you're rewriting the energetic cord that you have with it and healing it and like releasing it. So it feels like when that's happening and it feels like you're going backwards or things, like it's almost like you outwardly see things move forward, but then you have this other shift. It's like when that shift happens, you feel like it's not happening, and then you kind of go back to fear mode, or you kind of go back to like sabotage mode or runaway mode. And it's like, stay solid with where you are and know that this is happening for a reason. It's helping you. And just because it seems like one way right now does not mean that what you want isn't still coming for you and that you aren't still moving forward, because you are. Like setbacks or like things that whatever, it's not like it's taking you backwards. It's helping you heal something or see something from the past as it relates to the present energy, or it relates to a blockage or fear or some type of wall that you currently have up. It's a connection to something present to help you let go of it so you can actually take another step forward. So it's almost like taking the wall up that you have, that you don't, like an invisible wall you don't even know you have. We got patience and planning, heart chakra, suffering and silence. Got some interesting ass mix of cards. So with the patience and planning and heart chakra, it feels like learning how to do things from a place of love. With the suffering and silence, it feels like a lot of you are getting clarity and understanding of how you've done things from a place of pain, how you've done things from a place of trauma, from like learned behaviors, from ego. And it's like you're feeling this trauma, I shouldn't say drama. You're feeling this trauma. You're feeling this, like filling this trauma, feeling this pain, feeling these deep-rooted emotions and feelings. And as you've been healing, it's almost like you can see how you weren't feeding love, how you weren't feeding your heart chakra, how you weren't feeding your soul, how you weren't feeding that. You're feeding this like empty, void, pain, heavy human ego energy, and not soul truth, not love, not patience, not understanding, not empathy. So it feels like this, like almost like internal stability. And they're saying like this time clock thing where it's almost like some of you are realizing how much time you've wasted. Like you've wasted all this time on external things, material things, superficial things, addictions, sex, like shit that just doesn't matter. Very superficial things, instead of feeding your soul. And like when you feed your soul, it's actually fulfilling. It's actually rewarding. When you're feeding your ego, it's like temporary, like good feelings followed by like emptiness, shame, guilt, just heavy depression, feeling not good enough, just feeling like shitty and stuff. And it feels like this stability is building where you're learning to trust your heart more, you're learning to trust your soul more, and you're learning to move away from what people in society have conditioned you to believe and what they condition you to think. And a lot of you guys are rewriting your programming right now. Like you're rewriting like almost like your DNA coding. You're like rewriting like your computer system, your internal computer system, to what is actually the truth for your own soul path, and like letting go of all the, like, call it virus, you know, like the virus that like society has like embedded in your system, embedded in your belief systems, and helping you heal that. And this also is helping you and is relative to what your spiritual path is, because the things that you're overcoming and the things that you're working on are things that you're going to be able to understand about other people and help them with. So it all has like a big purpose. It has like a lot of different purposes. We don't always necessarily understand it, but it actually helps us, it helps other people, helps people we're connected with, helps heal past shit. Like it's, I can't even explain it all. It's just like, yeah, there's a lot. The patience and planning card fell back out. I think it feels like this fear of, when that came back out, it's this almost like this fear of like time, like too much time has passed, or like it's almost like this fear of something to do with timing, that like what you want can't happen because so much time has passed, or because of your age, like this missed opportunity, like you missed out on something because of like your age, or because of your choices, or because of like a timing thing or some shit like that. Do you want me to take that? We're putting that down there. But Spirit's saying like No. If something is meant for you, just trust. Like if something is meant for you, it's going to happen. If you have like this, it's not an ego trauma pulling to heal it. You have this soul pulling towards something. And again, they're expressing it's not a trauma, ego bullshit. It's a soul pulling toward, which the one fucking path thing just popped up. A soul pulling towards something. Trust in the timing that it's going to happen, and that's why you've been wanting it so bad and so much. Okay, we got new supportive connections on the bottom. This kind of feels a little bit like the spiritual union card, if I'm being honest. It feels like this kind of like new beginning. What card did we get underneath that? Great gratitude. It's kind of like this. Is that butterflies? Yeah, butterflies might be significant for you guys. Like monarchs is what I'm seeing specifically. Like this new, like fresh start, this new beginning. And it's like this loving relationship, this loving energy, this renewal energy. That's what it feels like. So it's like laughing because we got the planning and action card, and yeah. So we got angel, 4 directions, family, friends, and guides, and planning and action. So kind of what your spirit just said to me as I was looking 462. What spirit just said to me as I was feels like things are a little bit out of order the way the numbers are. What Spirit just said to me is this is kind of that validation and confirmation for the message I gave you guys earlier before I pulled cards. It's almost like something's going to happen, and it feels like a lot of you guys that are needing to make changes or make choices, the information is going to come through not necessarily a trigger for some of you, it might be, but it's almost like it's like something's going to click and there's going to be some type of understanding, and it's either going to be like a friend or a family member or spirit. But I think most of you it's going to be like a friend or a family member or somebody that's going to give you a message or give you information that's going to help you like just move forward, just like, and like they're saying with this card, it's like ascend, like move higher up and just free yourself from all that stuff. And it's like with this, and I love how they just show me the clock in there, because there's definitely something with you guys with timing, like a lot with this, something with timing a lot. It's like a breakthrough and stuff. Like you don't need to worry about the timing with it. You just need to move forward and do what's in your heart, and things will fall into place. Like you don't need to see beyond like the next step. Like, don't worry how things are going to fall into place. Like things are already planned. Like I love when I share like stories from the past and I explain to people how things have been like prepared like years ahead of me for sometimes, or months ahead. Like, and I don't even know it. And then when it happens, I'm just like, damn, y'all plan that shit like ahead of time, right? And I'll give you an example because you're telling me to say this. So I have this friend, and she had made this basically what happened was something told her to like stick a key outside and hide it. And she was like, a year later, she actually got locked out of her house, and she remembered, like if she forgot about it, I think it's like thundering. And at nighttime is nighttime. And like out of nowhere, something kind of was like, you don't remember you hid that key, so she could get in the house. And it's like, sometimes spirit prepares your ass like a year ahead of time. They prepare you like a while ahead of time. So it's almost like it seems like, oh, it should be happening now because they, you know, I'm preparing for it now. It's preparing you for later down the road and long term for whatever reason. We don't always understand it, but it's always working out that way. So even if you, at a logical human level, don't understand what step you need to take beyond moving forward with what you want, you will get the step and the clarity and the answers just like you always have. Like you'll always get the answers like ahead of time that you need, even if in your mind you don't understand how it's unfolding, because it feels like some of you guys don't understand how things are going to happen. And it's like, that's part of the trust. That's part of not needing to know like everything. That's a part of like trusting in yourself, trusting in spirit, trusting, you know, if it involves other people, trusting other people like that. Damn, these cards are flying the fuck out. Damn, spirit is coming in strong tonight. Okay, holy shit. I feel like we got some of these last time, y'all. This is like the end of a heavy situation, the end of storms, right? You got the 9 of Ariel and 6 of Gabriel. Look at that. It's like the masculine and the feminine, like both on their fucking horses, like about to rush into something. And it's like both like cards, it's like, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. And this is your dreams have fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. It's like both cards are literally the exact same fucking message. Just like one's a feminine and one's a masculine. And it's like, notice how the feminine card is very magical. There's rainbows, it's colorful. And the masculine is like very masculine. It's very like structured. It's very like solid. Like, damn, I feel like this is just, and they're saying like, this is just validation and confirmation to that first message. Like, after the storm, this is what's coming. So to finish with that, we got 10 of Michael. A situation has ended. You're finally free. New opportunity for happiness will follow. Put the past behind you, which I feel like we got some of that too. 9 of Raphael. Make a wish. Dreams become a reality. A joyful time of life. And the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. I feel like I'm not even like channeling. It's just like, it is what it is. Like the way I just read it, the cards are just like legit as fuck. Like what they mean is like, what they're saying is what they mean. Like, damn. And I like some literal ass messages that I don't need to interpret, if I'm not going to lie. Okay. I want to pull from one more deck. This one, this, or that one. Oh, I feel like I want to pull. I feel like the angel answers are kind of screaming at me. Okay, I'll pull from this and then I'll pull from that. I just don't want to do a long reading and I'm fucking starving, so I want to eat some dinner. And it's definitely about to storm right now. Mountain Intention. I feel like we got that card last time. No, let's take all those. That's too many. I'm not doing that. I saw a card, it popped out and I want to come out, but it didn't. No. Yeah. Mountain Intention, Dolphin Listening. I feel like almost every single reading that I've done, we keep getting this dolphin card and I keep feeling like it's communication. Like every single time it's like communication. We got Cedar Tree Wisdom with Oak Tree Ancestors on the bottom. It's interesting. I was having a conversation earlier and I was saying how I keep seeing a lot of dragonflies and like I've been seeing them. I mean, like yesterday I walked outside of my house and there were, or was it Monday? Today's Wednesday. It was Monday. And I saw like 10 or 15 of them just flying like above like my car area, like in the driveway, just like a bunch of them, almost like coming together is what it felt like. And then today, especially when I was talking about certain things, I kept on seeing a dragonfly outside of my shop, just like flying around. It's definitely getting my attention and shit. And I was saying that like, to me, when I see dragonflies, a lot of times they signify ancestors. They feel like your ancestors are trying to connect with you. They're trying to give you information. So we got ancestors and wisdom. And I feel like that really relates to what I was feeling about the dragonflies like earlier. It's that, and it also feels like for some of you, it's seeing these deeper feelings and these deeper cycles that you've been in and these familial cycles that you've been in and kind of shining light on them so you can move past them and heal. So some of you guys definitely might be having some, they're saying like, you might be having some like familial, they're saying familial, not family, familial issues. Family, can I just say family issues kind of coming up, and like there might be like a lot of like things that are coming up for you to have clarity on and for you to make shifts and changes for yourself and like live your life for you and not the way you've been taught to. Live your life in the way that's best for you, even if it's different than what your family has always done, and pulling yourself out of family cycles. And some of you guys are going to actually help other people heal those same family cycles where people feel stuck. They don't feel strong enough to leave them. They don't feel empowered enough to change them or handle them. They feel almost like ousted or like outcast or like black sheep because they don't give into like the toxic bullshit and the like the dysfunction in the family. And like once you heal it and you're shifting out of it, it's like sometimes you have to leave family behind or you have to shift your boundaries or how you handle stuff. And it's something like that with a lot of you guys where you're going, it feels like some of you don't have clarity right now on what to do and how to handle it. Just give it some time and space. Go into your, whatever your feelings are, honor whatever your feelings are at the time, and let the clarity come to you at the right time. Like let the answer come at the right time. Okay, this is a strong ass message. Mountain intention and dolphin listening. So this feels like some of you are needing to really go within, and this might actually help you with the breakthrough for some of you. Some of you are really going within and really seeing, like, what is it I really want? Take my ego, take my fears, take all of that shit aside. At my core, at my soul, at my heart, what is it that I really want? And being very honest with yourself and listening to what it's saying and hearing yourself, so you can actually align with that. Which, what I mean by align with that is your behaviors, your actions, and everything you do all aligns with and goes on the path. I had the words and I can't say, like, goes on the path of what you want. That everything, like actions, behaviors, words, all that, the intentions, all are on the same fucking path in the same direction, and it's very obvious what you want. Like, you're not putting energy and efforts and time and like all this shit into things that you don't want and people you don't want. You're putting it into what it is that you do want. Some of you, it's mindset. Some of you, it's behaviors, actions, all of it, and making sure they're all in alignment. But for some of you, it's like this fear of actually accepting what you really want, because you feel like either you failed at something, or you feel like time has passed you, or you like didn't do something soon enough, or you fucked something up with the timing, something like that. Like you should have done it sooner, or you should have done it earlier, so now it's not possible, like stuff like that. We're getting a lot of timing stuff with this, and I'm getting from spirit is like a lot of patience. Like the resistance that you're feeling is the things that you need to heal, and the conditioning that you've learned that you need to overcome. That's what like that resistance is, so you can break free of that and like be strong. Damn, that card flew out. Oh, we got romance, guys. Come on. Like every fucking deck we're getting like this romantic like cards and stuff like that. Just feels like reconnection, like reconciliation, reconnection, like just this soul like energy. Just like you don't need to doubt. Like when you feel something in your soul, like you know it, like it feels right. It might, you might be scared and you might have like the human thoughts and like logical thoughts, but it just feels right and you know it. Like it just feels different than you felt before. We got success and forgiveness. This still feels like this breaking free energy, this freedom, this like ascending energy. Like, I got that message, and then we got the like angel of four directions where he's like flying up and free. Like she's like flying up and free too. It's just kind of like this freedom. With this forgiveness card, it feels like this going within and getting clarity and answers. And it's almost like you're going to free yourself, and then it's like you're going to want to know what to do next. And it's like, you don't need to worry about it. Just go within and kind of do things the way you've been doing them. And even though, outwardly things are going to change and you might be a little bit scared because you're not used to it. You're not in your like familiar zone. I don't want to call it a comfort zone, because it's not a comfort zone. It's a familiar zone. Oftentimes our familiar zone is very uncomfortable. It should not be called a comfort zone, but our familiar zone, and it's like, it might make you a little bit anxious, but again, go within and see what it's trying to teach you and what it's trying to tell you. And for some of you, again, is just surrendering to it and letting it just flow. Like you don't need to plan it. You don't need to worry about it. Just let it flow. And for some of you, it's like, for most of you, it feels like just enjoy it. Like you don't have to fear it. Like maybe in the past, like you've been so afraid of like good things happening for you, and like, they've fallen through, you've been disappointed or whatever. And for some of you, like part of that next step is to actually receive it and to let it in, and to not run away, not sabotage, and not fear it. Is to realize, damn, like I want to accept this, like I deserve this. And like bringing yourself to this place where you go, fuck everything else. Like I'm just going to let this happen, and it's what I want. And it feels like a lot of those messages align with like, what is it that you're wanting and all those things, and like really defining that, and then doing everything, all the energy and efforts and all that stuff to that like goal that you want. So anyway, it feels like a really good message. Definitely feels like I said in the beginning, like breakthroughs, a lot of patience stuff, and like just like good things are going to happen for you. So just try your hardest to like work through anything that's coming up and try to like trust and surrender as much as you can. If you don't have clarity, like definitely ask like trusted people, like people you know who are going to be honest with you and genuine with you. They're not just going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to be like truthful with you, like those people, and or go within and like ask yourself. And if you are asking outside people, not just you or spirit, like you're asking outside people, you know, go within and make sure that what they're saying actually like aligns with you. I keep feeling like, oh my God. Yeah, make sure it actually aligns with you and that like what they're saying resonates with you. Sometimes you can feel it like kind of click, and sometimes like yeah, sometimes you can feel it click, sometimes you can't. So just kind of make sure it aligns with you. Okay, last message. I don't know why this like deck was like really like, bitch, just pull a card. Pull your head in, show more compassion and gratitude with their choice, your choice, use your inner guidance. Well, it says psycho spirit, but it's their choice, your choice, use your inner guidance. Some of this is learning to trust other people too, especially if it's a relationship or a partnership that both of you need to come meet in the middle, and you need to be actual partners. It's not me or you, it's us. And like, it's, what do I need to trust that other person? And, you know, making sure you stay in that energy and allowing that other person to show up for you. But also trusting your intuition is what I'm getting for spirit. Like, trust what you know. Like, especially if you're focusing on what other people are doing, like, trust what you know. With the pull your head in, show more compassion and gratitude, for some of you, it feels like you're like kind of just staying in this like heavy energy, that cycle. And it's like, you can pull yourself out of it. All you have to do is change your fucking mindset to, this is enough. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not staying in this fucking cycle anymore. I'm going to pick myself the fuck up. I'm not going to be a fucking victim. Things aren't bad. Let me move toward what I want and actually pull my ass the fuck out of it and move toward what I want. But also being loving and kind to myself as I'm scared to do that, to know that it's also okay. It's also okay to feel fear. It's also okay to feel safe. It's also okay to feel uncertain, because deep down, you know that it's what you want. So it doesn't matter what you're scared of happening outside of you if you really wanted to move toward it and stuff. This feels like, again, the same message, just somebody needing that extra like validation for like the third or fourth time. So anyway, I hope that this helps, and I hope you guys all have an awesome night.